Hey, Lakers fans! Today we are diving deep into some huge news around the NBA, and this one might get your brain spinning with trade possibilities. The Sacramento Kings are officially signaling a fire sale, and we're talking about a situation where almost everyone on their roster is potentially up for grabs. This is not a drill. According to sources, the team is open to listening to offers for nearly every player except for Keegan Murray and A. Clifford. That's right. The rest of the roster could be in play, which makes this one of the most fascinating trade landscapes in the league right now. Players like Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk, and DeMar DeRozan are suddenly very much available. And that opens up a ton of scenarios for teams looking to make moves before the February trade deadline. Now, if you're a Lakers fan, you have to be thinking immediately about how this could affect your squad. There's one name in particular that keeps coming up when discussing Sacramento's available pieces, and that's Keon Ellis. He's the type of player who could fit seamlessly into the Lakers' rotation, especially given their current lineup structure. Athletic, versatile, capable of playing multiple positions from 1 through 3, and a solid two-way player, Ellis could slide in next to Luka Doncic or Austin Reeves without missing a beat. Watching how the two-man games unfold, you can see how his style complements a team that already has high-level creators and scorers. The challenge, though, is that Ellis is relatively cheap compared to other trade targets, which make him a bit tricky to acquire because of salary cap mechanics. Sacramento has its own financial structure and limitations, so any deal has to navigate those constraints. But here's the interesting part. While many teams would want a player like Keon Ellis, not all teams are equipped to make a trade happen. Contending teams that have the right contract assets could pursue him, but it's often not as simple as swapping one for one. Sometimes a third team needs to be involved, or creative maneuvers with contracts have to come into play. For the Lakers, one scenario could involve offering a combination like Dalton Connect plus a second-round pick. That type of package might appeal to Sacramento because it provides them value in terms of roster flexibility and a manageable contract, all while giving the Lakers the player they want. It's about finding the balance between giving up assets and securing a piece that can make an immediate impact. Beyond just Ellis, there are other players who could enter the conversation depending on how aggressive the Lakers want to be. Malik Monk, for example, has a role that could fit nicely as a sixth man, providing scoring off the bench and the ability to step into games when starters need rest. His emergence in previous seasons shows he can handle high-pressure moments and create shots for himself, which could complement Austin Reeves or even Luka Doncic in certain lineups. The appeal here is not just talent. It's also about contract maneuverability. If Monk's contract is absorbed by the Lakers in a trade, it gives the team flexibility to make future deals or create room for additional acquisitions, which could be vital in a season where championship windows are short. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, another guard whose fit could be considered under a similar lens. In the past, teams relied on him heavily as a primary ball handler, but with the Lakers' current roster, he wouldn't need to carry that load. With LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Oscar Reed, and Marcus Smart already handling significant playmaking responsibilities, Schroeder could be deployed as a 3 and D-type player, focusing on defense, athleticism, and energy without being a primary ball handler. This reduces risk significantly because the downsides that might have been more pronounced on other teams are mitigated by the Lakers' existing stars. You can imagine lineups where he's paired with Austin Reeves or Luka Doncic, allowing him to excel in spot minutes and contribute meaningfully without overstretching his role. The beauty of this scenario for the Lakers is the potential to combine these moves. Acquiring Keon Ellis along with taking on a player like Malik Monk or Dennis Schroeder could be the key to outmaneuvering other teams that might be interested in the same targets but are unwilling to absorb additional contracts or take on the same level of risk. It's a strategic advantage because the Lakers could leverage their unique positioning to present an offer that Sacramento might find difficult to refuse, especially given the Kings' current intent to clear assets and reshape their roster. This isn't just about individual talent. It's about constructing a package that balances immediate impact with long-term flexibility. Now, while discussions about bigger names like Domantas Sabonis or DeMar DeRozan generate excitement, the real intrigue might lie in these mid-tier but high-upside players who can integrate into a team without major disruption. Keon Ellis represents that perfect combination of fit, affordability, and versatility. He's the kind of player who can seamlessly step into multiple roles, whether it's on the wing, as a defender against top perimeter scorers, or as an energy piece in transition. The Lakers coaching staff would likely see the value immediately, because he's the type of player who doesn't require massive adjustments to existing rotations and can thrive in high-level systems. Pairing him with complementary pieces like Monk or Schroeder only enhances the potential impact on both ends of the floor. And the timing of all this adds another layer of complexity. Sacramento's openness to trade comes ahead of the February deadline, meaning that teams like the Lakers have a window to negotiate before other contenders weigh in heavily. Trade discussions in this landscape aren't just about who is available. They're about identifying which pieces are most valuable in terms of fit, contract, and immediate contribution. For a team like the Lakers, which already has stars capable of controlling games, the strategy becomes about filling the right role spots efficiently rather than chasing high-priced superstars who may overlap with existing core strengths. This is why players like Keon Ellis, who can maximize impact without disturbing existing hierarchies, are so intriguing. Sacramento's fire sale signals a significant shift in their approach to the roster. Historically, the Kings have struggled to balance talent with financial flexibility, and this move suggests a willingness to completely overhaul the team's direction. For outside observers, this creates opportunities to pick up quality players at potentially reasonable costs. But it also comes with a chess game of negotiations, cap considerations, and strategic foresight. Every move has ripple effects, and teams like the Lakers have to weigh both the immediate benefits and future implications when entering trade talks. When we break it down, it all comes back to calculated risk. Acquiring Keon Ellis could provide instant rotation value and long-term upside, but the Lakers have to consider what they are giving up in terms of young talent, picks, and future flexibility. Adding a player like Malik Monk or Dennis Schroeder as part of the package further complicates the calculus, but could ultimately be the differentiator that allows Los Angeles to pull off a deal others cannot. It's a fascinating scenario because it combines opportunity, strategy, and timing, all wrapped into a situation where Sacramento's willingness to move nearly everyone except two key pieces opens doors that rarely appear in the NBA landscape. Now, let's really unpack what this means for the Lakers moving forward, because there are layers here that go beyond just grabbing one or two names off Sacramento's roster. We have to consider fit, timing, and the broader strategy. Keon Ellis isn't just a plug-and-play player in isolation. He becomes exponentially more valuable when paired with the right pieces around him. He thrives in a system where he can defend multiple positions, switch seamlessly on the perimeter, and attack the rim opportunistically. That type of versatility is a luxury that teams often pay a premium for, but the Lakers might be able to get it without mortgaging the future if they handle the deal smartly. And then there's the luxury of having options. Let's say the Lakers make an offer for Keon Ellis that includes Dalton Connect plus a second-round pick. Sacramento might hesitate if they feel it's not enough immediate impact, but that's where creative maneuvering comes into play. By potentially including a player like Malik Monk or Dennis Schroeder in the package, Los Angeles could sweeten the deal while also gaining assets that contribute meaningfully to their rotation. It's not just about getting Ellis. It's about creating a scenario where the Kings feel they're gaining more control over their future, while the Lakers get a player who fits exactly what they need. This kind of strategy is rare because it requires understanding both the talent on the table and the psychology of the opposing front office. The interesting wrinkle here is that Keon Ellis is an unrestricted free agent in the upcoming offseason, which introduces another layer of strategy. If the Lakers acquire him now, they have the option to secure his bird rights, meaning they can offer him the maximum allowed in years and salary. That makes a potential trade much more appealing because it gives Los Angeles the ability to lock him into a deal that extends beyond just a short-term experiment. From a team-building perspective, securing control over a versatile wing player like Ellis allows the Lakers to plan not just for this season, but potentially for the next 2 to 3 years, which is critical if their goal is sustained contention. Meanwhile, the landscape in Sacramento is primed for aggressive moves. They have made it clear that Keegan Murray and Ate Clifford are off-limits, but everyone else is fair game. That includes players who have proven offensive capabilities, defensive specialists, and emerging talents who could flourish with a change of scenery. The Kings' willingness to listen to offers creates an almost unprecedented market scenario. For the Lakers, this means the ability to potentially negotiate with less competition than might be expected, especially if other teams are wary of taking on certain contracts or aren't as flexible with creative multiplayer packages. In other words, Los Angeles could exploit a unique advantage here if they move decisively and smartly. Let's also look at the impact on rotations. Adding a player like Malik Monk off the bench doesn't just fill a scoring gap. It fundamentally changes how the Lakers can manage their starters. Austin Reeves or LeBron James could see reduced heavy minutes without sacrificing offensive output. Monk's ability to create his own shot, coupled with his scoring instincts, means that the Lakers could rotate their lineup in multiple configurations depending on a matchup. Imagine a unit where Reeves handles point duties, Monk plays off the ball as a scoring option, and a player like Keon Ellis slides in defensively against opposing wings. That type of lineup versatility gives the Lakers an edge, especially in the playoffs, where adaptability often determines who advances. Defense is another angle to consider. Sacramento's team composition has often emphasized offense at the expense of defensive cohesion, which is why someone like Ellis is so appealing. He's a defender who can cover multiple positions, provide energy, and contribute to switch-heavy defensive schemes. On top of that, adding Dennis Schroeder into the mix introduces another capable defender who also brings speed and perimeter pressure. For the Lakers, who have had moments of defensive inconsistency, acquiring these types of players not only balances the roster, but also ensures that the team doesn't have glaring weaknesses when rotations tighten during high-stakes games. The cap implications are worth noting as well. The Lakers need to navigate salary commitments carefully, particularly if they want to maintain flexibility for future trades or free agent acquisitions. Players like Monk or Schroeder have contracts that could be strategically absorbed, allowing Los Angeles to structure deals that maximize short-term performance without limiting long-term options. It's not just about who is available. It's about how their contracts can be leveraged to create sustainable roster efficiency. Sacramento's willingness to move pieces provides a window where Los Angeles could gain significant talent while managing their financial strategy intelligently. Timing plays a critical role here, too. The NBA trade market is a fast-moving environment, and delays in decision-making can cost a team a key acquisition. With the Kings signaling a full fire sale, teams that hesitate may find that players like Keon Ellis are off the table or that other suitors swoop in with more aggressive offers. For the Lakers, this creates urgency. Moves need to be proactive, and offers need to be structured in a way that aligns with both Sacramento's motivations and Los Angeles' strategic goals. Multi-layered deals, including secondary players or picks, could be the differentiator that seals a trade that others cannot match. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, the NBA world is buzzing after a heated outburst from Marcus Smart, the Boston Celtics fiery guard known for his tenacity both on and off the court. Sources close to the situation suggest that Smart's latest comments have set off a storm of speculation about the Los Angeles Lakers roster moves and potential locker room dynamics. I don't want him here on the Lakers ever again. Smart reportedly exclaimed during a private conversation that somehow leaked, sparking waves of chatter across social media and sports radio alike. Though the exact context remains unclear, insiders hint that the remarks were directed at a former teammate or rival player who has been linked with a potential move to Los Angeles. The intensity of Smart's statement has left analysts scratching their heads, as the Celtics star has rarely minced words, but seldom in such a public, explosive fashion. NBA fans, always hungry for drama, are now dissecting every clip, tweet, and sideline interaction in hopes of piecing together what, or who, triggered this firestorm. The Lakers camp has remained characteristically tight-lipped, though speculation is rife that front office executives are evaluating how any addition could disrupt team chemistry. Rumors have circulated for weeks about blockbuster trades and player swaps, but Smart's unfiltered declaration may be a tipping point, making certain moves more controversial than ever. Pundits are now debating whether his stance could influence league-wide opinions or even sway negotiations behind closed doors. Meanwhile, Celtic supporters are reveling in Smart's unyielding loyalty, interpreting his words as a badge of honor and proof that he prioritizes team culture over headline-grabbing acquisitions. The intensity of the NBA rumor mill has never been higher, with Twitter threads erupting in minutes, podcasts dissecting tone and intent, and insiders teasing inside information about what this could mean for both franchises. Whether it's a negotiating tactic, a personal vendetta, or genuine disdain, the league is watching closely. One thing is certain. Marcus Smart has made it clear he is not holding back, and the reverberations of his statement could echo far beyond a single locker room. As the chatter continues, fans and analysts alike are left to wonder. Will the Lakers make a move despite the backlash, or will Smart's explosive declaration quietly reshape the conversation around NBA, player mobility, and team culture? In a league where rumors move faster than fast breaks, this could be the beginning of a saga that keeps the basketball world talking well into the season. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.